Hello everyone, so finally I'm filming another video. I know it's been like 4 years, but like I've literally had no motivation and I've looked like some like mouldy piece of bread for like 3 months, but now I've got my roots done and I feel a little bit better apart from all the spots on my face. But you know, you've got to gain something to get something. Anyway, so obviously you've read the title, I'm going to be doing a pink honey inspired makeup look. So their branding is like, it's like a pink and yellow theme. So that's what I'm going to be going with. Obviously I've got lashes on, so I don't want to be doing something too heavy on the eyes because I can't really put strips on top. But I'm thinking sort of pink and yellow pastel vibes maybe for the eyes, and then some on the rest of the face. Oh, well done. Good idea. Some on the face, mate. Yeah, good idea. We'll just see where my life takes me because I love making last minute decisions. I mean, that's how I live my life, so let's get into it. So obviously if you did watch my last makeup sort of video, I did mention about how I don't like using primers on my face before I do my makeup just because it doesn't really make that much of a difference to me. So I did say like I prefer using a moisturiser, and I have been using this recently. I don't know how you say this, I'm going to make an absolute into it myself. But it's the Wella Skin Food, and it's just so rich and like it's very thick once you like put it on your face, but once you've like blended it all in, it feels so nice. And I feel like if you've got any dry areas, say if you're like sunburnt like me, like every time the sun comes out, it just stops you from like peeling. And if you've got any dry areas on your face, a lot of people say to me like, oh, have you got any tips for like really dry skin? Because obviously you can see it under foundation when you put foundation on, there's like dry patches. I would 100% say this, and I think it's actually really cheap. I don't even know where it's from, like I just found it in my bathroom. I'm pretty sure my dad bought it, but it's mine now. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that before I started the video that I have already applied this to my face. So obviously the first product I am going to be using today is Pink Honey. I'm going to be using the strawberry sherbet one. This is literally unreal. Like my favourite one was always the original one until I tried this. This and the banana birthday edition are my two go-tos, and the original. They're like the stronger hold. So like there's like the raspberry texture hold, which is like more flexible. There's just different sort of feels to them all, but these ones are like the strong holds, so this is definitely a fave. Unfortunately the birthday one was a limited edition, but if you did get your hands on it, then lucky you. Yeah, this one, the original, and the banana one are my favourites, and this is pretty similar to the banana one anyway. I just love the smell of the banana one. But yeah, sorry, that's my boyfriend. So Charlie just rang me and he was like, oh hi, what are you doing? Just finished work. And I'm like, I'm doing a Pink Honey inspired look. And he's like,
you're gonna do a look based on your eyebrows?
and I was like, no, I'm gonna do it on the branding. And he was like,
what do you mean?
And I was like, I'm like the honey, like I'm gonna put honey on my face. And he was like,
what are you talking about? What?
So I'm taking a little spoolie and I'm just gonna spray it with water. She did used to give you these bottles with the Pink Honey, but she's trying to do it all very like eco-friendly, so she's got like bamboo sticks and everything else is like glass, so she didn't want to start giving out plastic products when they didn't need to be given out. Just put like water, or you can use toner or anything in like a plastic spray bottle and just spray your spoolie. And you're just gonna get your Pink Honey. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I do this all the time. Charlie's like, why are you talking like that? I'm like, just don't know really. So you're just going to get this and swirl it around the pot. I'd say for like, I sort of swirl it both ways to make sure you get it into all the brush hairs. You don't want to get your brush too wet because you don't want it to be like a liquidy sort of consistency, that's the word. You don't want it like liquidy, you want it like a paste. So don't put too much water on your brush, but don't put too little on that it's like not wet, if you know what I mean. It kind of looks like this. Yeah, so it's like a paste. You can see it at the end. It'll literally focus for like 2 seconds, but we're not getting any better than that. After that, I'm just literally gonna push the brow hairs up. Doesn't matter if you get it onto your skin, because I always wipe around them anyway. If you have thick hairs, I'd say to brush it through your eyebrows in the opposite direction first, then it gets really deep in there, and then brush sort of the other way. I don't know if any of you heard that swallow then, but it was really disturbing. I hate that. Do you know when you swallow and it's like a proper gulp? It makes me cringe. And I hate people that drink like unnecessarily loud when they're drinking and they're like, what is the need? Like, you're such an attention seeker, stop it. And then you're literally just gonna push the hairs down into place with your finger. Obviously this flattens them, but when I do this I feel like if there's any areas that weren't covered, it sort of creates like a coat over them too. So do not forget to do that part. So I've just been off camera and pink honeyed my other brow. I've carved them out obviously with concealer. And I'm just going to get some of this skin safe tape. So I'm thinking I'm going to go for a wing. I just can't decide because obviously I'm going to be going pink and yellow. I can't decide whether to do like one eye pink and then one eye yellow and then like details of each colour. Or I don't know whether to do them both the same. Do I just it and like, you know, jump right into the deep end? I feel like you should really just go big or go home, you know? So I think I might just do the two different colours, and if it goes to shit, I'm saying if it goes to shit, it goes to shit, but if it goes to shit, I'll probably cry myself to sleep. So I've decided that I am going to do them different colours, the eyes, but because I've got lashes on, I don't want to go too heavy just because I think heavy eyes with lashes like this on just don't do it for me. So I think I'm going to stick with like pastel-y colours on like different... You'll see what I mean when I start doing it. It's too hard to explain, my brain's too small for this. I'm going to use the Mitchell palette and I'm going to start with... What am I going to start with, Holly? It'd be great if you knew yourself what you were going to start with before you go and tell everybody else. Right, I think I'm going to start with this shade here, the really bright yellow. It's called Manchester. Oh, which eye to do yellow and which eye to do pink, which is the shittest side of my face. Probably this one right now, I have spots. Right, okay, I'm just going to go straight into the crease with this yellow. I literally find it so difficult to do eyeshadow when I have lashes on. Like, I think it's genuinely impossible. I cannot see what I'm doing. I've started a makeup video, Holly. Why are you even complaining about doing your makeup? Nobody's asked you to do this. Like, you are doing this off your own back in case you've forgotten. Anyway, so I'm just going to keep this in the crease and I'm just going to bring it up slightly towards the end because I am winging this out as I am winging this look. Yeah, I'm just going to keep building it up into the crease, winging it out like I've just already told you to do. But you know, it's just so fun to repeat yourself, and yeah, until I'm happy with the colour payoff, I'll just keep adding. Like I just said again. So for the next eye, I'm going to be using this milkshake shade here. It's like a really Barbie baby pink. I'm just going to put this in exactly the same place that the yellow is in, right in the crease, and winging it out. I genuinely feel like, I don't know what I feel like. I feel like I've forgotten how to do makeup purely because I've got lashes on. Like, I've been fine doing my makeup all of lockdown and now I've got lashes on. It's just thrown me. It's weird because on somebody, well, I suppose it's not really weird, it's pretty self-explanatory, but when I'm doing a client with lashes on, yeah, it's a tiny bit more difficult, but I mean, I don't feel like I can't actually see. Like, I just can't see shit. Just putting this in exactly the same place. Deepening it up. If you're going to use a deep colour, it doesn't really matter as much with pastels, but obviously if you're going to use a deeper colour, don't instantly put absolutely loads on your brush and then go straight into your eye, because if you just pack it on where you don't want it to be packed, it's not going to be a look. So keep putting on little bits at a time rather than putting a load on at once, because there's no going back then. Your much safer way of building up colour is applying it bit by bit and then blending it out. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is just take this really small little pencil brush and the concealer that I've applied on my lid as a base. I'm just going to take it and put it on the inner of my eye, which is actually very difficult when you have lashes on. I wonder how many times I'm going to complain about doing my makeup because I've got lashes done throughout this video. I'm literally applying this just right at the front. I'm not going to take this too far back because I don't want it to be like a cut crease, like a soft cut crease. I just kind of want it to be, I don't know, mate. I don't know what I want it to be. You know what? Let it be what it wants to be. Why does it have to have a label? If it wants to be a cut crease, if it wants to be called a cut crease, that's what it'll be called. If it wants to be called soft glam when she's bright yellow, that's what she'll be called. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like 12:30. Just please ignore my shit. I'm past the point of like saying, do you know when you just like hit a brick wall and you're not tired but you're also knackered, but like you don't feel it? That's where I am right now. So I'm just going to do, obviously you can see it's just, can you see? It's just like a really soft little blend at the front. And I'm just going to do the exact same to this eye. Right, so I'll be completely honest with you, I don't know how well this is going to work, but I'm wanting a little bit of glitter at the front, so I'm just going to use this like, it's literally just like a sort of reflecty, silvery, whitey shade, but I want it to be more of like a colour. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to sort of like powder up some of the colour that I've got on my eyes. Obviously rub my brush around in the yellow shade and then rub my brush around in the pink one, and I'm going to try and make a little bit of colour out of the glitter. So I'll be back and let you know if that works in 2 seconds. Right, so I've attempted to mix the yellow glitter together. Looks like it's actually worked, if you can see it on here. Probably, oh, look at it focusing. Right, so I've put some glitter glue onto my lid. Put it on the wrong lid. I've put it on the wrong lid. Oh my god, what am I going to do? It's gonna dry. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to make another. This is what I get for doing my makeup at 1:45 in the morning. Like, I've literally had all day to do this, and this is the time I choose. So in case any of you wondered what I'm actually doing, I'm literally, right, so I'm just getting the shade that I'm wanting and just, you know, like the sort of dust that you get when you rub your brush in it. I'm just putting that onto like anything really, just put it onto something, and then I'm just going to mix it in with the glitter. And I'm giving you this tutorial on how to make your own glitter, and it's probably going to go to shit, so who knows. If you're watching this, probably went alright because I've left it in. Let's see what this one goes like, seeing as I've just wasted glitter glue on my right eye. Right, so I'm going to try again, so same brush. So just mix like a little pink. I can't really show you because it's going to tip off and I just don't have anything left in me for something else to go wrong. So I'm literally just going to pat this onto where I put the concealer and where I've just put the glitter glue. Oh my god, guys, I think it's worked. Wow, what a little tip for you all. It actually looks so cute as well. I'm not putting this on like neat at all, I'm just kind of putting it on messy, just all over the inner corner. I can't actually believe that I've just made my own glitter. Like, what a literal genius. I'm never going to buy a pigment again, I'm just going to make my own. I'm just going to put some glitter glue onto my other eye and then use the yellow glitter that I made for that one. Right, okay, so with the yellow glitter, I'm just sort of pressing the brush in and then patting it on. Oh, I cannot believe this has worked.
Genius.
I don't know why I'm so shocked it's worked. Like, obviously if I mix glitter with a yellow powder, it's gonna go yellow. Like, I don't know what I was expecting. Don't know why I was kind of well, I guess it just could have gone a bit clumpy, couldn't it? I'm really just trying to convince myself that I've done something really smart here, and I don't know whether I have, but if I have, then I've got to give myself the credit, you know? Shut up. Nobody cares. If you think you're a genius, get out your own arse. Why am I such a crackhead? Why am I arguing myself at 2 o'clock in the morning? Go to sleep. Right, so I've got the glitter on. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm sure you can see it all in my lashes. I'm going to do like a little bit of a smoky sort of liner. So I'm going to do dark pink, well, not dark pink, just not a pastel colour. Shut up. Give up. I'm going to use a different, darker shade of pink than the pastel that is currently on my eye. You can literally hear how angry at myself I am in my own voice. And do a smoky liner just to deepen it up a bit because it's all very neutral at the moment. I love how this is neutral for me. I've literally got 2 different coloured eyes, glitter, yellow, pink, but you know, this is neutral. Right, so once I've done the eye, I'm going to use like an orangey colour on this eye, just because obviously you can't really get a dark shade of yellow. So the closest thing I have really is orange. That was like the quickest eye makeup I've ever done, but I think it's just because I'm keeping it, you know.
Simple, but...
I'm going to take... Oh my god, I hate doing this. I used to use actual sellotape on my face, and I take these things off and I just don't know how I managed it because it actually hurts. Don't use sellotape on your face. I know why that's just hurt me so much. Usually what I do, which I forgot to do then, which you definitely should do, is before you put the tape onto your actual face, stick it onto your hand a couple times so then some of the stickiness comes off, so then you don't like rip every single skin cell off your face like I just did. Like, look at it, the poor thing. Oh, what a dick. Why would you do that? Who in the right mind just blows glitter around the bedroom? What a dick. Right, so for my under eye, I'm just gonna use orange, I think, because I just think it'll look a bit funny if I've got like a dark pink in one waterline and then like a bright yellow in the other. I just think it'll make me look a bit bog-eyed. So I'm going to put orange in them both. So the orange I'm using is just the P. Louise Base OTT orange. And I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand and use... You really don't need a lot of this, like that is way too much. It goes so far. Every time I do my waterline, you've got to make sure you're kind of using something flat. Don't use anything fluffy if anybody does that. Just because the bristles can sort of come off and poke you in the eye and then your eyes water and then it comes off your waterline and you're back to stage one just with a sore eye. And this is like a really tiny little flat brush. It came with the Maybelline gel liner that I use and I just always use this for my waterline. I'm just going to pick it up by patting it on my hand and drag my eye sort of down because you just don't want to get it in your eye. Like I said, it just ends up in a mess. So I'm just going to drag it down, and then I know this is a bit disgusting and some people don't like watching it, so if you don't want to watch it then just skip this part because it makes me cringe too. It's really weird though, like I can do this on myself and I can literally like poke myself in the eye and I'm just like unfazed, but if somebody else does this to me, like I've had my makeup done a couple of times, I cannot hack it. Like it's so weird when it's somebody else doing it, like you just can't cope. It's just probably not natural that you're being poked in your actual eyeball, but it's just weird. Like I always feel so guilty when I'm at this stage when I'm doing someone's makeup because I'm just like, I just know how horrible it is. Some people have told me that they liked it, which just confuses me. I mean, I'm glad they do because then it makes me feel less guilty, but at the same time I just don't know how you could possibly like that. But anyway, for the actual under eye, I'm going to do opposites again. So I'm going to do like yellow under this eye and pink under this eye. So just in case any of you don't actually know what pink honey is, it's called a honey glue. So it's not a brow gel, it's not a brow soap, it is literally glue. And I think the reason she calls it that is because it sticks it to your face. Like I've done drag makeup before and I always found like the glue sticks, they are good, but I mean, if you're not a drag queen and you don't do it all the time, it's bloody difficult. And they stay sticky for a bit, and this dries, like this is hard now, like this will stay in place all day, like I'm going to bed in a minute. If I was going somewhere, this would stay all day. So I just think it'd be really good to use underneath drag makeup, so I'm going to try that I think. But yeah, it's just like a really strong holding brow glue. And if you haven't tried it, I strongly recommend it. It's actually the girl that I did my makeup course with, Liv, it's her brand, and she's honestly like unreal. Like, she's so nice. If anybody is looking for a makeup course to go on, I would 100% recommend it. And obviously I was kind of like not nervous but sceptical of how it was going to be because obviously I did 15 looks with her, which is a full week. That's like 5 or 6 hours every single day with somebody that you've never met before. So I mean, if you don't get along, it's going to be awkward. And I just don't think there's anybody that she wouldn't be able to get along with. She's just so down to earth, so nice, so welcoming, and literally within the first day I felt like I didn't have to be awkward with her. It was just like really easy to talk to her. I just thought I'd let you all know because I do get quite a few people asking me who I went to for my makeup lessons. So fun fact, it is the owner of Pink Honey. That's my claim to fame. Right, okay, so starting on the face, obviously I have already got the Skin Food on as my primer, which I mentioned before, and I'm just going to be using, like every time, Maybelline Super Safe Foundation. I'm mixing the shades True Ivory and Warm Sun. If I've got tan on, I usually just use Warm Sun and then mix it with a bit of a darker one. And obviously, because I'm pale right now, I'm mixing it with True Ivory. I do prefer foundations that are sort of more of a yellow undertone. I don't really like, on myself, pinky undertone foundations. If you're the same, you can just sort of tell if you... Hang on, I'll show you what I mean. So these two are like a similar shade but different undertones. There's Golden and then there's Warm Sun. So this one is obviously a lot more yellowy, and as you can see this one's kind of more pinky. I don't really use that one. I do have it for clients that have more of a pink undertone, but personally on myself I just don't think It suits me and my skin tone. I think I'm kind of more olivey. You're meant to be able to tell from like the colour of your veins, but mine are all different colours, so it doesn't really mean anything to me, unless I'm just being dumb. If you're like me and you prefer like a yellowy sort of undertone, then this will be a nice shade for you, if it is your shade. Yeah, I'm just putting this all over. That spot is really getting on my nerves. I can't handle spots, like they're so hard just not to pop. I try so hard and I'm like, right, it's starting to heal, like just leave it, Holly. And like the second it's like nearly gone, I just have to go and pop it. And then that's it for me, because then they just stay on my face for like a good 2 weeks trying to heal. I feel like they're just there to be like, you know what, I'm just going to remind you of what you did. You popped me when you nearly didn't, and they're trying to teach me a lesson to not do it again, but I do it every single time. Once that's all over my face, I'm just going to blend it out with like a fluffy brush. It's got foundation all over my earring. Nice. I'm literally just like buffing this into the skin. This is actually called a buffing brush, so obviously like if you are going to swipe, you're not going to get as much full coverage. Obviously some areas you kind of have to swipe, like round your nose a little bit and like on your jaw, but if you can avoid swiping then you want to, because it just ain't it. But by the way, I did actually wipe off like the residue around my brows after I put pink honey on. After it dries, you obviously can put it on like more carefully and just try and keep it to your brows, but I always find that it's just easier to put it on and then push it all down onto my skin, and then once it's dried I just wipe around them, just because obviously it is like a sort of thick sticky consistency when you apply it, so it dries sort of hard and then you just don't want that underneath your foundation, so just make sure that you wipe around it if it goes onto your skin. I love that everything's already started to open and like there's actually places to go, and I'm still doing my makeup just to wash it straight back off again. Not that I'd be going anywhere like this, but I wouldn't put it past myself. But I mean, not really anywhere that's open. I couldn't exactly go for a food with 2 different coloured eyes, could I? What's everybody most looking forward to, by the way, I'd like to know. Like, I've been absolutely dying for a Greggs since the first day lockdown started, and I got my first one today and it was literally incredible. Like, I've just never tasted anything like it. It was really weird because like I don't eat that much Greggs, but I literally missed it more than I miss Mackey's. And that's crazy because I eat a Mackey's like every day. Maybe not every day, but like I have like one a week at least. Whereas like Greggs, I don't actually have one that much, but I just miss them so much. And I got the pizzas from there. I just think they're absolutely insane. So that's what I got today, because that's what I've been craving since the start of lockdown. I'd like to know what everybody else is craving. Tell me what you want to eat and make me fat, because we love that. I spend way too much money on takeaways. To be fair though, through lockdown, obviously because I'm self-employed, I've been getting like shit pay, and I've only just started getting paid as well, so it's not even like I've been saving money from not buying food, because I honestly would have saved a fortune. Like I genuinely think I would have been rich by the end of lockdown with the amount of money I spend on food. Like that's all I buy is clothes and food. That's all I spend my money on. This lockdown would have done my bank account great if I was getting paid, which is just fantastic, because the one time I could have had money, I don't. By the way, I'm just kind of like going through my makeup and talking, but if you do want to know anything that I'm using, either comment or message me and I'll let you know. This is the Fenty loose powder that I'm using to set my under eye with. And I'm literally such a morbid bitch at the moment. Like I just refuse to do anything. Like I'm not even refusing to do anything, my body just doesn't have it in me. I'm so tired of life at the moment. But I'm starting to feel a little bit better because places are starting to open again. I think it was just like, I was just getting cabin fever. I was getting so sick of being inside. But you know, I'm sure everybody's in the same situation. Do you know what though, I kind of do wish lockdown was like more of like a, obviously they can't do this for like the whole entire world's safety, which is just really selfish because this is what I want. I just kind of wish there was like a day they could like just call it off, like everything, like right, lockdown's over, do you know, so then we could just like have a huge glow up and like everyone could go out. Like obviously because me being me underestimated an entire global pandemic because I'm the only person in the whole entire world that could possibly ever do that. I was fully planning like a full glow up all on one day, so like hair, lashes, brows, tan, and then do my makeup and then go out that night. I don't know really what I was thinking, but that's what I wish could happen. Like that would be so good, because I actually feel like lockdown has changed me as a person too. I thought this, but then I did actually go for a drink the other day and it ended up just being as embarrassing. But I mean, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to appreciate everything more. Like, if there's one thing lockdown's taught me, it's like to not take anything for advantage. Like, the smallest things, like literally like seeing your family, seeing your boyfriend, seeing your friends. Like, it's so crazy how much it actually affects your life when you can't see them. Yeah, so everybody let me know where you want to go the most or where you've been already. So crazy that things are opening though. Like, I'm so happy about it. I'm not gonna lie though, because I used to go out like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then have a break off on Sunday. So I really thought like I'd be absolutely gagging for a night out, and I'm actually like, I'd rather go for food. Like, at the start of lockdown I was like, oh my god, what the hell am I going to do without being able to go out like on a night out? And this whole time I've been missing like date nights more. Oh, date nights were the thing that I've missed the most. So I'm so happy that places are opening again for food, because going out for food is what I miss most. Also, I'm literally livid like about not being able to go back to work. So obviously they did an announcement today and they were like, yeah, beauty salons can open, like everyone can go back to work that works in a beauty salon, because obviously hair's open at the moment, like hairdressers can work. Obviously I'm a makeup artist, and then there's like the lash girls and brow girls, and there's girls that do facials and lips in the salon. So it was all like very, oh my god, yes, we can all go back to work. Like, Becky was literally in tears. And then they come out with another announcement 5 minutes later saying nothing involves face to face. Any contact with the face of the client, basically, you can't work. So obviously that's me and everybody that I just mentioned. Nail places can open, but anything where you come into contact with the client's face can't, which I just think is a bit of a piss take, because they've opened pubs where everybody's getting pissed off and like, let's be honest, everyone's not going to be social distancing, are they? And then they're opening gyms where people are going to be sweating and flicking the germs everywhere, left, right and centre. Salons are literally so clean and sanitary, like we literally clean everywhere after each client. Oh, I'm on a rant now, but it's just a bit of a joke, so I just thought I'd share my anger with you all. So if you're watching Bojo, sort yourself out. For blush, I was going to do like one side pink and one side yellow, but obviously blush is pink anyway, so it'll look weird if just one side's yellow. So I think I'm just going to keep both sides pink, but I'm going to do my brows pink and yellow. And I think I'm going to have like some honey dripping somewhere. That sounded really weird. Obviously I'm going a bit extra with the blush. This isn't usually how I do my makeup before you're all like,
Oh my god.
what on earth is she doing? I know what I'm doing, alright? I'm doing it on purpose. I look like one of them dolls. Do you know the dolls that you put inside each other? They've always got really extravagant blush. I don't see you hating on them. Someone commented on my TikTok the other day and deleted it straight away. And they were like, oh my god, you look like a clown. Like, what are you doing? Surely you can't think that looks nice. You've literally caked it on. And I'm like, who even are you? It's like user 978364321. Like, grow up. Who even are you? Some man called Derek, like, sat at his computer screen just giving me hate. You know what, Derek, I'm over you. I don't care about your hate anymore. This is me replying to you telling me that I have too much makeup on. So, on an actual serious note, I laugh this stuff off because I've learned it's just some saddo on a keyboard giving every Tom, Dick and Harry hate. But there's so many vulnerable people out there, like, you do not know what somebody's going through. So what's a laugh for you and your mates? Humiliating somebody could literally be someone's last straw. Like, I don't know what it's going to take for people to realise that their actions have consequences. I just think before you post that nasty comment or before you send that horrible message, there's no taking it back once it's out there. So just realise how serious it is and how you really could affect somebody's whole life before you do it. And that's it, really. All I can say is grow up or block me, because I'm just sick of seeing it. For highlight, I'm going to use 2 shades out of the Doll Beauty palette. This one and this one. I was going to use a pigment so I could have like popping highlight, but I just don't feel like it today, sorry. In fact, you know what? I do feel like it, I've just changed my mind. So for highlight, I'm going to mix the Peaches and Cream pigment Mermaids, which is like a sort of iridescent white with like blue sort of shines. And then this is watermelon. Yeah, watermelon, which is like a pinky shade, which also is kind of iridescent. So I'm literally just going to mix the two, hope for the best, and apply it to my cheekbones and everywhere else that I apply highlighter. Literally, I'm like some sort of scientist today, making my own makeup. Maybe this is just how I'll make my own brand. Just start mixing everybody else's pigments. Tea. Right, so I'm literally just mixing these together in the lid. Right, I'm kind of nervous about how this is going to go, because if this is very pink, it's just going to make me look like a tit, but... That looks so nice. Wow, what a shout. It looks so cute because it's like, I use mermaid sometimes for my highlight anyway. You can't really see it on camera, it's not really picking it up. There's like a pink sort of haze around it. I'm just gonna... You can kind of see it from the front. It doesn't really look like that in the mirror. It kind of looks like I've been punched on camera, but you see how it's like pinky and then it looks a lot nicer in person. That looks like magic, that. So I'm just putting this literally everywhere that I would put my normal highlighter, because I'm not going anywhere, so it doesn't matter if I'm a bit extra. Alright, Derek. It looks really strange on camera and it's really getting to me, that, because it looks so nice in the mirror. Take my word for it though. So next I'm going to do my brows. I think I'm just going to stick to the same sort of shades that I've done my eyeshadow with. So this eye with the pink eye, I'm going to do this one yellow. Oh jeez, look like a right fool. Honestly, I reckon if Derek's watching me now, he's going to be like, what the hell? What an absolute tool, what's she doing now? Fair enough, Derek, I'll give you that. This is like getting rid of my eyebrow. Look how bold I am. I hope you can actually see like it's yellow on camera and it's not just like gone, because it is there. This is why I just think this stuff would be so good for drag makeup. Like imagine if that was like a skin colour powder, like that eyebrow is gone. Okay, this is quite cute. Maybe I'll bleach my eyebrows. Well, I mean, if I knew it was going to be this light, I probably would have put concealer over my brow first, because there's like a dark area of my brow here that's kind of showing through. But I wasn't actually expecting it to... the brow. I thought it was still going to be there, but it's not really. On the other brow, I'm going to use the pink shade. Mitchell was not playing when he made this palette, was it? Like, the colours literally like incredible. If you haven't got this palette, I don't know what you're doing. Like, two of my major things in my makeup kit are this Mitchell palette and Pink Honey. Like, if you haven't got them, what are you doing? See what I mean? Where there's like patches. Hopefully it just won't look bad on camera, but... Where are my brows? Oh my god. Scary in seconds. I can't even believe how much that's just covered my eyebrows. Do you know what I think I'm going to do? Just because I don't know if it's going to look funny on camera. At the bottom of my brow, I'm sort of going to create a shape with a darker shade. So obviously on the yellow brow I'm going to use orange, and then on the pink brow I'm going to use like a darker pink, just to keep the shape there. And I'm just going to kind of draw a line and then maybe fade it upwards. Who would have ever known that in 2020 I would be sat fading my eyebrows yellow and orange in a global pandemic? Like, what has happened to the world? Gone mad. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better, innit? I just want to make sure this brow isn't like fully orange though, because obviously the colour on the jar is yellow. I just wanted the orange there as like a little bit of a guideline so that you could actually see that I haven't shaved my eyebrows off. And then I'm just going to do the same on this brow with like a dark pink. I hope you've been able to see what I'm doing this whole time. I've not even looked in my thing to see if you have. Oh, I can't even imagine the anger of my face if I watch this back and you can't see what I'm doing. I'm thinking I'm going to do like a similar thing on the lips, but I'm going to use the P. Louise paints instead. And I want some like honey somewhere. Like I want some honey like dripping somewhere. So I'm going to go onto my lips. I'm going to be using the P. Louise Basic Bright in Poppin' Pink. These paints are so good for pictures, by the way, like especially for like a bright look or something weird like this. So this wasn't even meant to be like a weird look, it was just meant to be a bit funky, and now I've got no eyebrows, so I don't know how we ended up here, but we did. So I'm just going to use like a really little tiny thin... How many bloody adjectives are you going to use? I can't be arsed like if someone just like clicks onto my video and then just skips across and ends up here. I've lost a subscriber instantly. I'll tell you what, considering I haven't had my lips done in like 4 months, like they've literally not even like shrunk. So Shout out to AJ Aesthetics. So I've lined them with pink, and then I'm just going to go in with the yellow base from P. Louise into the middle. I'm using like a fluffier brush for this bit because I need to blend them together, obviously. I'm doing that right now before Derek comes at me, or any other Dereks of the world. I decided if I ever get any more haters, any more fake accounts telling me I need to blend my eyeshadow, they're going to be called Derek. Like, what a Derek? It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? I'm just going to put a tiny bit of mermaids over my lips. I think I'm going to do a bit of honey at the side of my mouth. I can't get over how weird I look. I look like I should be in like Alice in Wonderland or something. Like, I could so get away with being the Mad Hatter's girlfriend right now. He should so have a girlfriend in that. And I think she should look like this. Like, she would have eyebrows like this for sure. Kind of looks like lightning. That wasn't my aim. I don't know where I'm going with this, but we're just going to keep adding to it because we've already crossed the line of being extra. Right, so I'm going to put like a bit of yellow on the centre of the honey. This hand is going to be so stained tomorrow, it makes me sick. Oh my god, I'm literally going to have like stained dribble in honey from my mouth. I hope because I've got like a pastel pink on my eye that it doesn't stain, because I'm only going to have one stained eye, then I'm just going to look like I've got pink eye, so could do with avoiding that. I'm literally just going to sort of highlight it with white to kind of make it look a bit shiny, because right now it doesn't really look like much. That was because I was concentrating so hard I actually just threw it out my hand. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I feel like I should leave it there before I go. I was going to say like go too far, but like I feel like we just did cross that line a long time ago. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to stop. I'm literally obsessed with like the no brows. Like the pink and yellow brow is just like it's just doing it for me. And so is this highlight and literally everything about this. Like, if I could go out and make up like this every day, maybe next time you see me at like McDonald's drive-thru, this is what I look like. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to try and get back into posting more regularly. So if you've got any videos that you want me to do, or any videos that you've seen that you enjoyed, then please let me know. I'll see you in the next video, which hopefully won't be another 4 years. Bye!